Hang on, it's just loading. It's loading.
Lisa,
Yes, mommy.
can you turn on my camera?
Darren, if you tap on the screen, there's a picture that looks like a camera.
She's on.
That's
She's
right.
on. We're just waiting for YouTube. It's coming. How come I can only see one daughter, two daughters? Where's Robin?
Here.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Happy birthday.
It says 50.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I'm gonna blow out the candles and make a wish.
Hi.
Yay!
Happy birthday, Lisa.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, kid.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. What a nice way to start a call. I'm so surprised this afternoon. Oh my goodness. It didn't make any sense to me what was going on.
Would you like some cookies?
Yes, I would like some cake, please.
Okay.
Thank you. It didn't make any sense to me what was happening. And I'm looking forward to, once all this call's over, I'm going to take a look at the video and the photos and read all of the messages that were in the WhatsApp group. So thank you so much for everything that you all did for me today. It really touched my heart. It really meant a lot to me. Thank you. Okay.
Can't be there to celebrate in person.
Oh, it's so nice. It was so nice. Okay, so I have like lots of stuff to share with you guys. So let's just get started right on this weekend. So you guys have all taken on training for the last 18 weeks. Back in January, you took on, you know, the challenge. You decided you were going to run a marathon, and you were out on cold nights when it was dark, when you really didn't want to. You moved your schedule around. Some of you started drinking less alcohol, drinking more water. I ate a little
Some
bit
of us
less.
started drinking more.
Some started drinking maybe a little bit more. But really what it's come down to now is you get to enjoy all of that work and commitment that you had put forth, and now enjoy the marathon experience. Now, some of you are choosing to do a lesser distance, and others are still going to do the marathon on Sunday. So I want to share some tips with you to keep in mind, and we'll go from there. So this week, it's going to be really important that you are rested, that you're hydrated, and you're organized. So if we look at the rested part of it first, going to bed as early as 15 minutes each night is going to make a difference. If you can do it 20 minutes, all the better. So that little bit of rest will add up over the course of the week. Next, hydration. So hydration is going to really matter in terms of alcohol. So if you are someone who consumes alcohol, yes, Violetta, yes, Willem, I'm going to recommend that you just, for this week, cut back. And what you want to do is go into this race experience. Look at Willem now. Okay, so what you want to do is go into this race experience set up powerfully. And if you have alcohol in your system, you're going to find that you're just not as well hydrated. And for me, what that looks like when I'm not well hydrated, and everybody else, is your heartbeat is going to beat 10 beats more every minute that you're running. So it's going to feel more intense than it would normally feel. So other ways you can also help yourself stay hydrated are an extra glass of water a day. And you can, if you are someone who has electrolytes, you could just put a scoop of your powder in your electrolyte, in your glass of water, and have 1 glass a day between now and race day. Thank you for the cake. Okay.
Cole made it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next. Between now and race day, as soon as possible, I would like each of you to please measure your 1 kilometer route and submit the exact distance to us on WhatsApp. So if your route is 0.97 kilometers, then please submit that onto the WhatsApp group. Oh, and that was Nancy waving goodbye. No, did you wave? Yes, Nancy just waved goodbye. Okay, next, If your route is longer than 1 kilometer, you're going to want to consider, see if you have any flexibility that you can maybe work it out a different route slightly. So for instance, if your route was 1.75 kilometers, what you want to be able to do on Sundays, you're going to have 50 minutes to run, and you want to make sure that you have enough time to get around the block and back in between that 50-minute cycle of running time. So for instance, if your route is 1.75, that's going to be more difficult for you to ensure that you can get back on time compared to if you have a 1 kilometer loop and you know it's going to take you between 5 and 11 minutes to walk or run it. You can, it gives you a little bit more flexibility with in terms of planning your strategy, because we really want you to be back at the 50-minute mark. So this week you're going to plan out your route, figure out which one you want, run it both directions, see if you have a favorite direction. I know some people like Mara happens to get 2 hills in it no matter which way she runs. So some routes are more hilly than others. Now also think ahead, what would you like to achieve on Sunday? Is it the marathon distance? Is it a particular pace? Is it a particular, do you want to just see, you know, what are you made of? Can you stay out there for 7 hours or not? So keep in mind what your goals are. What I want you to also keep in mind is the level of intensity. So one of the reasons that we're faced with this, let's say this opportunity, let me just turn off this screen here, what's going on here. Sorry. Okay, one of the reasons that we're having a virtual solo running event is because of COVID-19. So when you're running your event, you need to be particularly mindful that you're not interacting with other people. You're going to be, I'm not encouraging you to really get together with other people unless they live at your address. More importantly, it's going to be what happens afterwards, and that's going to be your recovery in the days that follow. So we'll talk about more of that in a few minutes. Between now and Saturday, I want you to also think about your water stop. So you each are going to be responsible for your own, managing your own hydration. And that includes having about 500 milliliters per half hour of activity. And you may want to add an electrolyte to that. Now, I know that Willem, you've been looking ahead at the weather. Can you tell us what the temperature in the forecast is?
The forecast is going to be sunny and 20 degrees on Sunday.
Sunny and 20 degrees. Thank you, Willem. So when you're running your body temperature, it's going to feel at times like it's 30 degrees. So you add 10 degrees to whatever that temperature is. So when you're deciding what clothing to wear, now it's not going to be 20 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning, but it will be getting warmer later on. The advantage of this particular race is you're going to have access to your home every single kilometer. So if you find you're dressed, you need some warmer layers in the morning, you can put them on. And then if you're getting warm, you can, you know, when it's that 10-minute break you have, you can quickly run into your home and dress, change your clothing as you see fit. Snacks. You are responsible for nourishing your run. If you're planning on running or walking 5K, you're going to eat differently than if you were going to be out for 7 hours. So you want to keep in mind 100 calories an hour consuming. You might want to look at bars, gels, or some fruit. And in our WhatsApp group, some of you have heard the discussion I've had with you about snacks and snack ideas. I'll post some photos so you can get some ideas there. What you want to keep in mind is if you're running at a high intensity, think about what your body's doing. The energy needs to, the blood and the energy, everything needs to go to your legs. So if you decide, oh, I'm going to eat this Big Mac because I love Big Macs and then run really fast, your body's got a choice. It can either choose your digestive system or your legs. And if you're running, you want it to be the legs. So the snacks that you choose, you want to be able to figure out, like, are you going to be able to digest it while your body's under stress? Okay, any questions so far? No, I'm looking at all of you. I like that Fayez is driving with his family. Okay, let's see what else.
Yeah?
Eyes on the road.
Question.
Yes, Willem?
We have to submit to you every hour how many laps we did, or how are you going to keep track?
We'll come to that in a few minutes. Okay, thank you. So right now, you might have noticed when you purchased your ticket that Snapped Ticks are supporting us. We've partnered with them. And one of the things that they have offered to us is any photos that you take in the day, by Monday, you can, if you submit them using the Snapped app, they will broadcast them in their next, I don't know what you would call it, virtual publication, which because of the COVID-19, their May 3rd edition hasn't come out. And if you get your Snapped, your pictures uploaded to Snapped, they'll be available for viewing. I don't know if it's as soon as Wednesday, but that's going to be up to you. Some of the things you can take photos of, because there aren't going to be any official race photographers with you there, is maybe yourself and your water stop. Maybe your family can help you make like a finish line, maybe a ribbon you run through, so your finishing picture. If you are doing anything that has like costumes or anything fun or novelty, take pictures of that. So some of you know I'm going to be dressing up in a different costume every hour. And I'm also looking for my skipping rope because I want to do 1 kilometer with the skipping rope. No particular reason why. I just want to do that. So
May I suggest that Natalie wears that hair that she has on right now?
ooh, yes. That will be fun. That will be fun. Okay, so on the actual race morning, come onto your Zoom call at 8 o'clock or sometime between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So I would recommend sooner rather than later, so that it gives you the opportunity to make sure your camera is in view. Some people will be running on treadmills. Some people will be running outside loops around their house. At this moment, with all of our participants, we think that everybody's allowed to run outside. Now, Neville, can you tell me your family in South Africa who are running, they just had some rules lifted. Will they be allowed to run outside of their property, or will they have to just run around their house? You're on mute.
I think they're allowed to run outside, so they are rearing to go. They're really excited to get out there.
Maybe you can just, well, some of you might know, Neville's brother-in-law just ran, how many was it, 58 kilometers?
That was actually my cousin. Yeah, so
Oh,
South
your
Africa
cousin.
they had a much more strict version of the quarantine than we had here, where there were like races. It was called a lockdown basically, and so all the running they did was in their backyard. So my cousin ran 58 Ks literally in his yard.
He did. And do you remember how much one of the loops was? He did like,
I think it was about 160 meters.
yeah, he did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of loops. Like you could see the grass and he videotaped it, videoed it. Like the grass was turning muddy from running.
I'll
Anyway.
post a link to it. It's actually quite fun to watch.
Thank
So
you.
he has a
Polly.
track now.
He has a
It's a
track now.
racetrack.
That would be great, Neville. If you could post it in our WhatsApp group, I think people would get a kick out of that. So far, the participants who we have signed up are, from what we know, are allowed to run outside. So when you're setting up your camera in the morning, do you see this area that's right here? Right here, this area, whatever you can see behind me, this is considered my corral. Just like if you were going to a race, you would go and you would stand in the corral and you would wait for the horn or the buzzer or whatever, the gun to go off, and that's where you would start from. Each of the solo runners are going to have a corral. I would recommend that you have your corral outside. Otherwise, you need to come into the house every time, every hour to connect with everybody via the Zoom call. So Some of the experiences that I've had so far when I've been setting up my corral space outside has been my screensaver has come on and turned off my camera. My battery has died. One run I thought, okay, I'm so clever. I have my charging cord and I was still 6 feet short. So I needed a third extension cord to reach my garage to my driveway. Neville had an experience on the weekend where he had a workmate set up with a tablet. We could see him beautifully coming down the street, and then somebody like drove by and like thought it was a free giveaway at the road, and there was a little confrontation between Neville and this person, and the person thought that they were, entitled to take the stuff that was at the curbside because it's generally free when it's there.
Oh,
So
no.
you may want to figure out how are you going to secure your corral. I know right now Karen's on the call and she's my neighbor, and I have a kitchen chair that I have underneath her tree with an elastic band that holds up my camera with 3 extension cords that lead into my garage. So that's how I'm setting up that area. Also on the website, we have some, what are those things called? Not a personal flotation device. What are they called?
A PDF.
A PDF, not a PFD, a PDF. And if you want to download it, we're going to add a little bit of text to it with a bit of an explanation about that. You could hang it from your snack table and just say, I'm running a 7-hour race, or I'm running a race. Please, keep my snacks here. And if you want to support me, you can make a donation at this website. Okay, so
my stuff.
Don't take my stuff. It's not free. Now, what was interesting was Neville had captured some of this on his camera because it was filming, and we were practicing streaming live on YouTube. So we had it, we had the details. Okay, so once you're in your corral, you want to have your space set up with your water, your snacks, your nutrition, maybe a sign or a poster that says what you're up to, and then your extension cords so that we can connect with you via Zoom. I'm going to make sure I have a chair. Also with my nutritious snacks, I'm going to have some fun snacks. So I'm going to have some licorice and some jujubes and some 2-bit brownies and things that aren't necessarily so good for me, but when I'm getting tired, they're going to make me smile, and it's something that I can look forward to. When you're in your corral, that's going to be your rest time. You have 1 hour, it's going to be 7 1-hour rounds. In that time, you are welcome to run as many loops as you can, as long as you're back by 10 minutes to the hour. When you come back, that's a great time to eat. It's a great time to drink, change your clothes, go to the bathroom, and Willem, to answer your question, to submit your stats to us. So you'll use your WhatsApp and you'll send us a text. And Karen, if you just want to wave. Karen, who's my neighbor, is going to help us and gather all of the stats that you send her. So you tell her how many loops you have run, and we will be putting it into a Google Doc, and then you will have access to that Google Doc the next hour that you come. You'll be able to see your summary of your distance. So remember, you're going to be sending me this week what your measured distance is. If I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume that you have a 1 kilometer loop. If you want to have a more precise distance, then you need to tell me it's Lisa, it's 1.96, or it's not 1.96, 0.96, or whatever it is. I need to know that exact number. We'll put it in the Google Docs, and then when you come back each hour, you can check the doc for your running total and what it is. You'll be able to see what other runners are doing, as well as a summary of what you've been up to. I'm also going to recommend that you use the device you normally run with. So if you run with a Garmin watch, please do use that. If you run with a cell phone that has an app on it for running, take that with you. And maybe during that 10 minutes that you come back, that's when you're going to plug into your charging cords to ensure that you have enough power for as long as you want to stay out on the course with us. Does anybody else have any questions so far about what we've talked about? No? Okay.
Yes, Lisa, sorry.
Yes, Fayez?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was out during the Easter time, so I wasn't following up. So you're saying loops of 1 kilometer. So is it like any reason for this, or just I can plan whatever distance in 50 minutes?
So I'm encouraging you to create a 1 kilometer loop. So when we came up with this strategy, when we came up with this on April the 6th, in many countries, they were more and more restrictions being placed. So we came up with the idea that if we created a 1 kilometer loop, that by the time this race came, we would not be in any violation of whatever our communities around us were advising us to do. Now, by keeping with the loops, rather than a 50-minute experience, the loops makes it, that's what the race is. It's a race of loops. So rather than running out, and it's a novelty thing. It's not something, I mean, I've never run 42 kilometers around one loop. It's something that's going to be memorable. You're always going to remember it. If you want some variety, maybe you'll change direction. You go counterclockwise instead of clockwise. But that is what the race is. They're 1 kilometer loops.
Just a shout out to Susanna because she's been doing this forever. So Susanna's time to shine. We were talking about that before you joined, Lisa.
Okay.
I'm beyond excited about being able to run so many loops with so many people.
Susanna's
what?
good at loops.
What's wonderful is we, because we're runners, we can adapt, and we can take our sport in many places. We can be on a treadmill, we can be in the forest, we can be, as Neville's cousin was running around his house. It's a novelty experience, and really what I'm looking to provide for you is something that's memorable, that's fun, that you can still, keep up with your goals. You can still run your marathon and be your word and do what you said, you were going to do, the commitment you made to yourself. I want you to be able to have the opportunity to honor that. Now, if you finish your race, let's say you decide, I'm only going to run 5K. You can do that 5K any way you wish. You can run or walk 1 kilometer, sit on your driveway at the end, drink your, Gatorade, eat your brownies, wait for everybody to come back, watch the Zoom phone call, and then the next hour you can do another kilometer. It's up to you as long as you're back in your corral. And really what I don't want you to do is, I don't want you to run so fast that you're like running in the middle of traffic, you're breaking laws, you're ticking off neighbors who are walking dogs. There's no bib time. This is not a Boston qualifier. And more importantly, you need to be, what I don't want to happen is you're so run down in the days that follow, then you decide you're going to go do your grocery shopping at the busiest grocery store, and now you're run down, your immune system is compromised, and now you're susceptible to catching COVID-19. You're not going to be as strong to deal with it. So this is not, it's a race, but it's not like, you got to be smart.
Yeah.
Yes, Willem?
Good point. Run down. After you run a long period of time, a long run, you really.
Exactly.
Thank you for that.
Okay, we're also going to have some fun laps. So for some of you, so I know if I could just point out, I know that Neville, for instance, I'm like planning fun laps. I'm going to be running with a skipping rope. I'm going to be dressing up with Susan's Minnie Mouse ears. I'm going to be, wearing a Harry Potter costume with a tie and a scarf. I'm going to have wings and be a bumblebee. I know Neville's got like different goals for that day. So there are going to be.
I'm bringing all the costumes that I would have worn to Lisa's house, and she's going to wear them for me.
You can make this, like, it's on you. I'm going to provide you with a structure, but it's on you to really make the best of it. I'm going to be, hanging up making, you know, a handmade sign that says to my neighbors, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be counting on my neighbors as saying, you know, like, there she goes again. And she's wearing like wings, or she's wearing a Canadian flag on her back. Like, you know, she won the Olympics, you know, gold. I'm going to be counting on those people to say good job, or wave to me, or acknowledge, because there aren't going to be any other people out there. And I'm also going to be counting on you guys and other solo runners to check in and know, like, when I'm out there, you're out there too. And there's something that's kind of reassuring with all of that. Now, having said that, it isn't actually true. I'm not going to be out there when you're running. I'm going to be doing my run on Saturday, so that I can be with all of you on Sunday and really be present to what you're all up to. So that will also give us, because this is a brand new experience, we've never, you know, putting on a hat as race director is new. We've run to the CN Tower, but we haven't had this one in particular, this type of experience. It's also on Saturday will be a little bit of a, like a dry run, so we can figure out and work through whatever details, so that when it comes for Sunday, you're getting the best, most memorable experience that you can have, that we can support you in. Now, this race also is going to be streaming live on YouTube. So what that means is, you know, if your family wants to watch you, you can tell them, we'll share the website has the YouTube link on it. We'll share it again in our WhatsApp group. People can watch that, see how you're doing. They might not want to sit for 7 hours, but they might go, you know what, at the last 15 minutes of every hour, I'm going to come check in for 15 minutes and see how Noah's doing, or I'm going to come and see how Scott's doing, or, you know, I'm curious about Susanna. She loves loops. How is she doing? Or it might be, you know, maybe Liz is going to dress up. We're going to find out. I don't know what it's going to be. Now, some of you also have been very generous with sharing little bits of information about yourself. So when I'm hosting Sunday, I'm going to be pulling up some of that information that you submitted in your race entry, and I'm going to be sharing it with anybody who's on the call. Now, you will have access to the YouTube recording afterwards, so you can go back and watch it. Because really you're going to be focused on your run a lot of the time, and you might not be actually seeing, you know, what the heck is Bill doing over there? You know, like I'm really not going to be surprised if his water station includes like one of those lounge chairs that recline back, and he'll probably have music, and I don't even know, like, who knows? But when you watch the recording, you'll be able to see what, you know, what people were actually doing, and, you know, what was Fayez's setup like, or how did Karen manage her loops? Also, hang on, let me turn my page. The biggest message I want to get across to you is what we just talked about, and that's the intensity during the race and how you're going to manage your recovery afterwards. There's going to be a greater need for you to be responsible for the days that follow, and not going out in public, and making sure that when your race experience is finished, that you're having a good meal, that your feet are up, that you're staying extra hydrated. I would keep drinking your electrolyte for the rest of that day and the days that follow. And keep in mind, like, it's 30, no, Violetta.
Electrolytes.
No. And I get that you're joking, but really, this is pretty serious, because we don't want anybody we need to be responsible. I don't want anybody of you to end up, you know, for whatever circumstances you're dealing with the virus, and your immune system, like, you're just everything is compromised. So I'm sure, Karen, is there anything you want to add to that? By chance, I'm putting you on the spot.
She's on mute. Okay, there you go.
Me, Karen?
Yes, you, Karen.
Oh, I knew there was another Karen.
Oh,
on the
pardon
line.
me, Karen.
No, I think you've covered everything really, really well. Go into it well hydrated, and well fed, and rest, sleep is really important. And then all of the same things after the race, so that you're ensuring that you're looking after yourself and you're strong.
And Karen, what would you say in terms of how many days, like to sort of lie low after the race? Like, would you say till Friday? Would you say longer than that? I know it's going to be different for everybody, but if you were just to pick a day out of the week.
Well, I think you're right. It is different for everybody because everybody's recovery time is very different, and everybody's going to be doing a different number, of kilometers in this race. So, I mean, if you were to do a full marathon on this day, then, you should take it easy and rest, for 2 to 3 days following the race, I would say minimum. And for everybody else, you should really at least the next day, rest and don't do too much and recover well. And you'll be able to tell how your body feels too. If you're feeling sort of tired and weak or lightheaded or whatever, you've got to, sort of address those symptoms yourself. So I think everybody knows their own body, and just make sure that, you do what you need to do for yourself.
Now, having said that they know their own body, I also know that I go through experiences where I think like I'm invincible. And, after that day, I'm going to feel particularly powerful. Like, look what I did. I ran for 7 hours. And even though, like, sometimes common sense doesn't kick in with me afterwards. So just remember Karen's words, that we're going to take it easy and take your recovery very serious. So between now, what day is it today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have 5 days. So right now we have 30 people who are registered for this event so far. And we have collected with your registration fees just under $1,000. And with $1,000, that's also equivalent in terms of a donation with Souls for Souls. It's like having the same conversation of having 1,000 pairs of shoes. And then that can provide a year of food, shelter, and education for the micro-entrepreneur families in countries like Haiti and Honduras. So what I would like to see and challenge to all of you is Sunday's going to be a lot of fun for you. More people who can come, especially if you know them. It's kind of neat, Noah, if you could just wave. And Emma, is Emma still here? Where's Emma? I don't see Emma. Emma's gone. My mom. So Noah's my nephew. Emma and
Emma's
Noah are
there.
brother. Oh, there's Emma. I'm pointing.
Waving.
Emma and Noah are brother and sister. Their mom, who's my sister, Sonia, she's going to be on also there. My mom's going to be there. And I'm really excited that I get to share this event with my family. So people don't necessarily have to be runners. And I would encourage you to invite other people to get off the couch, turn off Netflix for a few hours, and come out and join us. It's a lot of fun. And some of your friends might need some support with the technology, with the Zoom, with the WhatsApp. Please offer it to them, because, we had a call a few weeks ago with Nikki Fitzgerald, and she was pointing out and reminding us that, just being active can really help fight a mild depression. It can, Sean Nesbitt pointed out to us that going for a walk, 20 to 30 minutes a day can boost your immune system by 20%. There's a lot of benefits to this. So I'm asking you, don't be stingy. Invite the people in your life who you care about to come and participate in whatever capacity, because you could be helping to put them on a path that they're going to feel better for it. Now, who was I talking to today? Let me look at all of you. Liz, I was talking to you tonight, and you have been, if you could turn off your, yes, thank you. You have been working a whole lot, and you shared something with me today about how you were feeling and when you weren't running. Could you just tell the group?
Yeah, I taken a break from running because I've had a good experience. So I was a couple weeks ago, this and create a there and realize how much um, doing that, just the fresh air, getting up early and starting my day that way, I realized I've missed a couple of months by now. So big difference. Really happy with how I'm feeling.
So at my end, I'm not sure for everybody else, Liz's connection was cutting in and out
I'm
a
sorry.
little bit. That's okay. So what Liz did say was once, you know, she got really busy with work the last few weeks, she also had been injured. And she realized once she did get back out for a run that she missed how it was actually helping her to feel better just to get out in the fresh air and be outside. So, you know, I'm sure there's other people in your life who, you know, just encouraging them to come outside. My mom and I have gone for a walk the last 5 days in a row at 2 o'clock. Noah and Emma have come with us sometimes, and we've gone for a walk around the block, my 1 kilometer loop, and it takes about 12 minutes to walk it. And my mom told me yesterday that she actually went for a walk with my dad in the morning, 2 kilometers, and then we went for a 1 kilometer walk in the afternoon. And my mom is 72, and it's pretty great that this is what, you know, she's doing. Now, someone like Willem's dad, who's in his 80s and cycles something like 30 kilometers every day, you know, he's already got that incorporated into his lifestyle. But there's people who are, you know, whether they're our parents, our family, our friends, people who are younger than us, you know, getting out and moving is good for all of us. Okay. Any other questions that you can think of? No? Okay, pick a number between 1 and 5. Hold up your finger between 1 and 5. 4, 4, 3, 1, 3, 5. Okay, I'm gonna go with, what number? Liz, what's your number? 4, 4. I think I see more 4s. No, how many? Look on the screen. What's the number that most people have held up? Somebody count with me. Neville, what's your number? You had 5? Okay, what's the number we have the most of?
I think 4.
4? Okay. So 4 is your challenge. 4 people. Please invite. Oh, nice, Willem. Invite 4 people. Please invite them to come and share this experience with us, to register. Remind them that their donation will be sent directly to Souls for Souls. If we could bring our number up, so right now we're at 1,000. If we could bring it up, let's say we went like crazy and we brought it up to 25,000. That would be providing for 1 year, not 1 month, but 1 year, food, shelter, and education for 35 different families in countries like Haiti or Honduras. 35 for 1 whole year. Like, the opportunity we have to make a difference for people who are experiencing poverty, this gives them the chance to break the cycle by being able to go to school if shoes are a requirement, being able to, when you bring your gently used shoes to me, they're able to sell them and keep that money. It allows them to be financially independent where they would otherwise be in poverty and not have the same choices that we've all had. So that's what I want to leave you with. I'm very excited that you're joining me. I was truly touched today when you guys were driving by in cars. Thank you for that lovely birthday surprise. Emma, thank you for all that you did. Thank you, Willem. Thank you for everybody who, whatever your role was in all of that. It was a real surprise. And my kids and I was like, we were trying to make the number 50 in, I don't even know why we were doing it, but and then it was like cars started coming by and honking. I didn't understand what was going on. It was a nice surprise. So
Good.
thank you for that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Thursday.
So Lisa,
ahead,
can you
Fayez.
send can you send the brief with the website for the event so that on the WhatsApp group so that we can copy and paste?
Yes.
Just latest a quick brief and the website to.
So would you like it so that you could cut and paste it and send it to somebody else? Like that way it sort of has some of the
Yes,
summaries? Okay.
It's a great experience. I have some friends back in Egypt, so I might be
Can you
sharing with
imagine if we
them.
had people in Egypt on the call with us?
Running around the pyramid.
Now, what would that, okay, so let's
it was
just talk for a second. Okay, so Neville, your sister is going to be running in England, from England.
Mm.
She's not going anywhere. She's going to stay in England. What time will
I
she
hope so.
start her, what time will she start her race in England?
It will be 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
That
Okay,
doesn't,
so
no, that
if-
doesn't seem right. No, it will be, I don't know what the time is in England actually. And it will be
Because 5
1
hours
o'clock.
difference.
1
5
p.m.
hours.
Yeah, it's
5 hours.
so it's 2
2
p.m.
2 p.m. So she could be running from, if she takes, and your family's got, there's a lot of endurance runners in there. They could be running till 9 o'clock at night. And your sister and brother-in-law are running from South Africa. What time of day will they be starting at?
1 hour later, so
So
3
3 in the
p.m.
afternoon. Okay. Now, Fayez, if your friends ran in Egypt, what time would they be starting?
Yeah, if we started 8 a.m.
We're
then
going to start at 9. We're going to start at 9.
at
officially.
9, it will be 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. in Egypt, 5 p.m. in Dubai.
Very interesting. Wouldn't that be fun? And we could all be connected with the Zoom and it'd be like they're just right here with us.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, well, if you know someone across the ocean, invite them.
So if, yeah, just send a brief
Yes.
message with the link. Thank
I will
you.
do that. I will do that. So Tuesday's a train, or I mean, Wednesday, no, let me start again. Thursday, come on the call at 6:15. We're going to run United, wear something blue. You're going to run your loops. Come back to the Zoom call after that. Saturday, come on the call at 8:15. We're going to start running at 8:30. Wear the colors of your country. So I'm going to be wearing red and white. I'm going to have my Canadian flag that I got from Dollarama on my shoulders and run like a cape. That's also for me. I'll be doing, once I run the friendship run, the 3 kilometers, then at 9 o'clock, I'll be starting my my race as the dry run. And then Sunday morning, we will be able to accept registrations on Saturday as well, but it's going to be, we're going to have to be really intentional with getting organized. So if you guys can send me your 1 kilometer loop distances on the WhatsApp group sooner than later, then Karen and I can get that organized. Also, just so you know, Wayne from Boss Vitamins and Supplements, he's helping us, he's taken on helping us with stats. And we, in order to get everything ready, the sooner you can get me the stuff, the better. I think that's Ursula I can hear. Maybe not. I don't see her. Okay. Any other questions? Is that Violetta we can hear? I'll mute her. Okay. Any other questions? Fayez, I'm going to send you I'm going to put it in the WhatsApp, a summary. Anything? No? Natalie's batteries are still working?
Yeah. Still sitting in the dark.
Now, if I look around on this screen, Noah, Emma, Tyler, Sonia's not here. Let me look. Mara, where's Mara? Did she leave? Who else?
Yeah, Mara left.
Mara just left.
Ursula's sister-in-law. Who else? Let me look. At my list. You guys still have some unfinished paperwork to complete for me. I'm calling you out, Emma. So when we're done the call, get on our website, click on registration, and please fill out your registration forms, your entry forms, okay? Thank you. Okay, that's it then. We're done.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
birthday,
Oh my God,
Lisa.
I get to eat my cake.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much.
Happy
Bye,
birthday.
ladies.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
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 Bill, you're muted.
I know. I was just watching everybody go. I like to.
I know, it's nice, eh? I don't want to be the first. If I go, it cuts everybody off. Let me see, there's messages. I wasn't reading them. Oh, a message from Nancy. Good luck to everyone on your run. Can't wait to join everybody soon.
Okay. Happy birthday,
Okay.
Lisa.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
Just trying to figure out how to leave.